Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yes, again we are looking at the health review of the Gambian communities and children of the Gambia. I do have to remind you that many thousands years ago, we used to keep the traditions of what you may understand as Islam. With that, we made the records. Some of these records have been kind of interpreted, but not in full detail, in great detail, by those men and women who are present, who have been coming on and going. But I just wanted to remind that under the Gambian government, Ministry of Tourism, there are tourists, what you call tourists landmarks. One of the great landmarks in the Gambia are the stone circles. Because me as an ancestor of the Gambian community, we did leave these more than 30 stone structures, stone circles here in the Gambia. We went over to Europe, we left the Stonehenge there. And many others, like the one in America, we left about 800 stone structures, as well as in Asia, over 1,000 and something structures. In the Middle East, we left only 9 pieces of these stone circle and structures. In one of those, I can mention if you in Saudi Arabia, where we Muslims always travel to perform the Hajj and whatever. We left one of the greatest ayah of Allah, which says, "Allah ashhadu la ilaha illallah al-mustaqim." There's a stone, and I think it's found down in the whatever house or somewhere in the Aliwa. It's a stone with a single straight, very, very sharp straight, whatever, which is mentioned in one of the surahs as Al-Mustaqim. But people of the Gambia, the reason why I'm saying these things is that you present Gambian children, you do not know that Islam has been in the Gambia way before it confirmed Muhammad or Prophet Muhammad as a messenger to human beings. So with that, proof and evidence, I would like to remind Gambians that you are Muslims. In modern Gambia communities, I realized that they mentioned to me when I arrived here a few whatever ago that they have a new, they call it they brought them a new religion. I did ask them, what religion is that? They said we have here the Gambia, the Qadiani, the Shia, the Ahmadiyya, and so many Pentecostal groups or whatever of men, in our simple language we call them gangs. My children of the Gambia, why I do have to make this call to remind you that, as I said, Gambia, if many of you would gather to go back into time, which is very impossible because you are men and women, most of you who are not advised or who are not warned. Gambia has held Islam as one of the most purest until maybe the year 2000, around 2019, from let's say 1990, I think around 1990, whatever. And then it started to drift. It became something that Gambia, the present generation of Gambians cannot live without the new, what you call modern customs, whereby men and men and women, they have adopted ways of the Qadian, the Ahmadiyya, the Shia, and the Pentecostal thing. With these gangs, or what you call, I wouldn't classify them as cults are those things which made whatever in faith of either of destruction of one another. But one of in the Gambia today, the most scary thing about is about the Qadiana gang. The Qadian gang and the Ahmadiyya are one group. They are one group. And when I arrived here, I did tell one of the sheikhs or the what you call the imams that please, these gangs, the Qadian, the Ahmadiyya, these are gangs based in what you call Kashmir. It's a section, a part of between India and Kashmir. Every other day, these gangs send suicide bomb, suicide whatever, to the other side. If it's not a suicide whatever in Pakistan, it will be in India. And if you whatever go, less than I think a week or whatever, or 7 days, there was this guy, this Pakistani whatever, and the Indians, we are in each other's throat. Yet, they're the people promoting the Qadian and the Ahmadiyya and the Shia and all other dirty things, which prompted me to remind the Gambians that in the year which I do not, I think 2022 or 2021, my children were given what we call cough mixture, and they ended up in a very, very bad state. But as a Muslim communities on this planet, this message may go to every living human being. You are all living Muslims, living on Mother Planet Earth. With that, societies of Muslims or communities of Muslims, they do get benefits from every what you call prescriptions of divine holy directives and rules and commandments. These prescriptions of laws and directives from the Quran, they either prohibits, like for there's a law which prohibits men from the consumption of alcohol. There are laws that guides men that you should plan foods in order to eat food that does not cause harm, either to you or to your children or to your families or to your communities. If you consume things that contain any, I would say, what you don't know, these things are bound to cause diseases in your societies. With that, I would advise the Minister of Internal Affairs, the Minister of Health, and the Minister of Health to look into what is it that can keep, if the societies of Gambians many centuries ago survived and used to be the most, as it is today, apart from the fact that the culture here in the Gambia has been promoted to such a level that there's so much gambling. Gambling is not gambling of any kind. It's not a skill. It's not something that you can use to survive, but it's a disease. That is the interpretation of what the Quran says. So with that, I will continue looking at Gambian ways of life and try to advise ministers to look into what exactly should we do to promote and keep our children clean of any of these diseases. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.